Episode 22. Finally, they permitted King Sutasoma to invite the remainder of his party from where they were camped outside the gates. The former man-eater and all 101 kings entered the city in grand procession and were welcomed on both sides of the route by citizens who had come out of their houses. Some came to see their king out of concern for the hardship he had endured for such a long time. Some came to show their happiness that their king had finally broken free of his karmic retribution. Some came to forgive him. When the procession entered the palace, the royal barber trimmed Brahmadatta's hair and beard, bathed him and dressed him in full regalia. Only then did King Brahmadatta enter his throne room amidst his courtiers to take his place on the royal throne. The former man-eater was then once again anointed King Brahmadatta of Benares. His first state business was to make a lavish offering in homage to King Sutasoma and royal tributes to the 101 kings. On the occasion of his coronation, the people bedecked the great city of Benares with beautiful bunting, and there was a homecoming festival in honor of the king, which lasted for many days. News spread far and wide that King Sutasoma, formerly captured by the man-eater along with the kings from every kingdom, had now tamed the man-eater, convincing him to release everyone, give up his cannibalism, and return to the throne of Benares. When the various kingdoms learned that their king was safe, there was a celebration, and each kingdom sent its ambassador to accompany their kings home from Benares. King Sutasoma stayed in Benares for about 1.5 months. Then, when everything was settled, he bade King Brahmadatta farewell, saying, "Friend, now the time has come when I must leave." King Brahmadatta protested he should stay longer so that he could continue to be revered by himself and the people of Benares. But seeing that this could not be possible, instead Brahmadatta requested some parting advice from King Sutasoma. Sutasoma told King Brahmadatta again, "Do not be reckless in ruling your kingdom, and never put your citizens in danger. Build almshouses in 5 locations, at each of the 4 city gates and at the gates of the palace. As the king, you must be seen to practice generosity regularly, uphold the 5 precepts, and practice the 10 responsibilities of a king without fail. Keep yourself free from prejudice. If you can fulfill even just these practices, everyone will remain loyal to you." King Brahmadatta promised to put all Sutasoma's advice into practice without fail, bowing at his feet. At the appointed time, Sutasoma and the other 101 kings bade King Brahmadatta farewell and left Benares in grand procession, escorted by a large army. When they reached the main gate, King Sutasoma gave the other kings some parting advice, then each went their separate ways on transport provided to them by King Brahmadatta. As for King Brahmadatta himself, out of respect, he accompanied King Sutasoma halfway to the border before turning back. When Sutasoma and all the kings arrived back in their own kingdoms, they were given lavish state welcomes. Their streets were bedecked in colorful bunting, and there were elaborate homecoming festivals organized in each of the kingdoms to celebrate the safe return of their king. Now that the ordeal seemed to have ended, King Brahmadatta recalled indebtedness to the tree sprite of the banyan tree, and made a great offering to this deity out of gratitude. Furthermore, he had a pond dug near to the tree and a settlement established there, giving his full support to the inhabitants. He had the scrub around the tree tidied up, a wall surrounding the tree built with multiple entrances, and at each entrance a small altar to receive offerings. Over the years, the village grew to become a sizable town, with leafy and expansive avenues, stores and markets along the way, always teeming with passers-by. The king named the village Mahāsutasoma as a reminder of the time he had been tamed by Sutasoma. The Buddha concluded this Jātaka tale to his audience by revealing the present lifetime identities of many of the characters in the tale. The man-eater or King Brahmadatta was Angulimala in the present lifetime. Minister Galahati was Sariputta in the present lifetime. Nanda the Brahmin was Ananda in the present lifetime. The tree sprite was Mahākassapa in the present lifetime. Indra was Anuruddha in the present lifetime. The 101 kings were Buddhists, his parents, and other royalty in the present lifetime. As for Sutasoma, he was the Buddha himself in the present lifetime. The moral of this Jātaka tale is that King Brahmadatta, although mistakenly addicted to the taste of human flesh, consequently succumbing to aggression and cannibalism, through appreciation and devotion to his teacher, was redeemed by his association with a noble or spiritual friend. Because he was willing to listen to the Dhamma from a good friend and practice the Dhamma to the point he would put his own life on the line, he was able to return to the throne, uphold the precepts, and lead a life of generosity, justice, and benefit to his people. In conclusion, having a good friend is very important because their advice on the way to live life can save one from mistakes and suffering in life.